Got everybody?
Yep.
My computer hopefully is reset and quit having problems.
All right, we're back in session. This is a 2 o'clock session. So everyone that is going to participate, the deputy clerk will swear you in at this time.
Please stand and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that any testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Under Idaho Code 63501, the Board of County Commissioners are required to convene as the Board of Equalization. We are here to determine market value under Idaho Code 63205, which states that all real, personal, and operating property subject to property taxation must be assessed annually at market value for assessment purposes as of 12:01 a.m. of the first day of January in the year in which such property taxes are levied. Furthermore, under Idaho Code 63502, the function of the Board of Equalization shall be confined strictly to assuring that the market value for assessment purposes of property has been found by the assessor, and to the functions provided for in Chapter 6, Title 63, Idaho Code relating to exemptions from taxation. The taxpayer shall have the burden of proof in seeking affirmative relief to establish that the determination of the assessor is erroneous. A preponderance of the evidence shall suffice to sustain the burden of proof. We are here to discuss the market value of the property, the condition, the state, or information that is relevant to this topic. This is fact and not opinion. We are not here to discuss taxes, past grievances, policy, personal income, or other issues. If you do not stick to the discussion as requested, your time will be reclaimed. The process is as follows. You will be given 3 minutes as a homeowner. This yellow or white light will come on, then the yellow light comes on with 1 minute left. When the red light comes on, your time for speaking is over. Then questions can be asked by the assessor's table to the board. Then the assessor's table will be given 3 minutes. And then questions from the appellant will be directed towards the board. After that, the commissioners will have a discussion. The rules are be kind, direct all questions or comments to the board. If your conduct is out of line, you will be warned. If your conduct continues to be out of line, you will be asked to leave the facility. And if you don't want to leave the facility, we'll invite the marshals in to escort you out. Introduce yourself, and then your 3 minutes will begin now.
Janelle Holst. Our property assessment went up over 60% in 1 year. The comparables that we submitted that our realtor provided us are newer and more updated than our home, and their selling prices are lower than our assessment. This evidence suggests that our assessment should be lowered.
Okay? Comments, questions? All right, your 3 minutes begin now.
Okay, subject property. My computer's working really slow too. Is on a .84 acre lot built in 1972 with 2,038 square feet on the main, 2,038 square feet in the basement, of which 1,510 square feet is finished. It is coming in at $107 per finished square foot. Comparable number 2 coming in at $109. Comparable number 3, $134, and per finished square foot. And comparable number, the last one, $154 per finished square foot. Having said that, all these comparables are south of Bannock County. Comparable 1 and comparable 3 right there in the vicinity of subject property. Thank you.
I'll just make one correction. They're south of Pocatello, not Benton County. They're still in the county.
Sorry. You are,
Man, you guys.
Okay, I just clarifying.
yes, they're all south of Pocatello.
Okay. Questions on what she just said? Okay, commissioners?
Do you have dates for sale dates on these properties that you're showing?
Yes. The one on Summers Way was sold 12/10/21. The T Drive is 7/6/21, and Azalea is 11/19/20.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Okay, because you know where I'm going.
I was just gonna say.
Get ready.
These comparables are pretty awesome, actually, because they do kind of show how the market has changed drastically. 340 in 2020, where the last one jumped up to 429 in 2021, July of 2021. So, you know, I like to look at stuff like that. I just want to throw
Okay. Sorry, push button.
Hit that again or it'll go off again.
So, for me, you know where I'm going to go already. You're on the corner of what roads?
Johnny Creek and Cedar Lake.
All right. Do you have a blind driveway? I'm assuming you back out onto Johnny
Cedar
Creek. Or do you go onto Cedar Lake or do you go onto Johnny Creek?
Well, we have
You have a pull through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
not a pull-through, but there's one off of each. There's a gravel off of Johnny Creek and which goes straight to our backyard, and then the main driveway that's actually paved goes to Cedar Lake.
Okay. What I'm going to get at, and these guys are getting ready, I'm going to throw a pen at me, but I do it just because last year your land was at 63,750 and this year it's at 97,650. So 97,650 is more than the brand new lots that are selling up on the Highland Hill, right next to the temple, which is like your most desirable area right now. I'm not saying your lot's not nice. I'm just saying, I'm pointing that out. So I have an issue with that. The other, I just broke my pen. The other thing that I get the value of the house jumping and increasing. We're in there's a big market, big boom, but when I did math, maybe I did math wrong. That was a fairly substantial, wholly big jump on the improvement side. And I don't know if they're having an issue or what. I'm not saying. Now your properties that you did give that had sold dates, they were in the middle of the year last year, so even if you time adjusted them and stuff like that, it'd put you into the,
If I take that one from 2020 and time adjusted, it makes it 510,000.
Yeah. So I mean, you got some. Yeah, I don't know on your improvements if your improvements are heavy or hard because you had all of those sold in 2020, or did they?
21, 20.
Yes, there's 2 in 21 and 1 in 20.
Yeah.
So like I said, you probably your improvements, I can see somewhere in there. Do you know what I mean? There's probably some. Yeah. My big one is the land.
And the land in 19 was 72,000. You come to BOE. Somebody did. This property.
That again, this is so in that whole Johnny Creek. That was the one in 19
Oh.
that they double trended, and
Double
so they
trended.
corrected and set together.
We corrected it and brought
Yep.
it down. So we brought it down then it went down again in 20. 21 it come up,
And that's what I say. Then it comes in and
and
it's
3,000, 30,000,
yeah.
34,000.
I would just leave it right there.
Which one, 72?
72 or 70, whatever. Return it to that value of
Okay, what
19.
about,
your improvements. I leave it to Jeff he's been running math down there.
When did you say that one on the last one sold? What was the date?
Azalea was
7/6.
11/19/20.
That was the oldest of the 3.
Yeah, no,
7.6,
yeah, 7/6. If I go 429,
9.
900 times 1.1, that's at 472. So again, I don't think the assessor is out of line.
I think if you pull the land back, I think that puts you in line.
How much you taking off the land?
I dropped it back down that 2019, that 72,000.
All right, I can live with that.
Mr. Chairman, I move that on parcel RPR PCRL 000100 that we adjust the land value to 72,000.
We have a motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, so we did decrease the overall value, $25,000?
459 is the total on it.
The 459.
Yep.
So you have the ability to appeal, and so does the assessor, either state tax commission or to the district courts. Other than that, I'd say that your hearing is over. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And you don't have to stay here. A lot of people have been going and sitting because they thought they had to, like they'd get in trouble or
Powell?
something. You're good.
Powell, come on up.
My name is Timothy Powell. I live at 1630 Huntington Drive, and it's in the,
Okay, your time begins now.
the countryside subdivision. Anyway, I looked around. I didn't see a lot of what I thought was comparables because, I don't know, I live in a bunch of custom homes. So I guess what I would say is a few points. My house is 28 years old. It's a ranch style, which is pretty simple. We live in the interior of the neighborhood. We do not have a corner lot. We're surrounded by houses. We do not have any unobstructed views. So it's just kind of middle of the neighborhood. The other thing I would say is it has the original roof, which is 28 years old, and it leaked and it was patched, but it was never replaced. And I have estimated the cost to be about $20,000 to replace that. Also, the patio in the back has been modified and all sorts of stuff, and it's really cracked and broken. I think that would really need to be replaced to bring it up to a standard, and that would be $15,000. There's also some structural issues on the deck, and so I think, who knows what that would cost. All of the major heater, air conditioner and stuff is well on its life, with the water heater being exceeding the estimated life. So without looking at some comparables, though, I did look at some basic market research, and the data I showed said from 15 to 25% was the estimate in that year. So I picked the last year's valuation. I added 20% to the market, and I subtracted the roof and patio replacement, and that's how I came out with my valuation of $528,708. So that's basically what I want to present, that if nothing else, the condition of my house is such that I think it would take significant repairs to bring it up to a full market value.
All right, thank you. Questions?
No.
Your 3 minutes begin now.
Subject property is on a .32 acre parcel. It is 2143 on the main level, 2121 in the basement, of which we're showing 1,890 square feet of finish. It was built in 1994. It does have heating and cooling, and we do have it in as average condition for a home that was built in 1994. We're not showing any upgrades or any improvements. Thank you.
All right, questions on what you just said?
Yeah, I guess I thought maybe we were going to be able to see what the assessor's value was before, and then I understood, no, we didn't get to see that. So I just had a couple of questions. I know in some cases, like you look at real estate and it doesn't have the correct values. What do you show for that house in terms of bedrooms, bathrooms?
And that's all, just square footage is all they do. They
They don't do anything on bathrooms or
not on a
bedrooms?
mass appraisal, no.
Really?
They'll look at fixtures and bathrooms, but bedroom count, they don't take it into account.
Oh, I thought maybe there was some valuation for, so it's pretty much square foot is all you
Gross
look
living
at?
space.
Well, that's good to know. I guess the other thing I was just wondering is, this model is something they use. It's like a black box almost. I'm just wondering, does it get updated and then does it get validated periodically to show that it is giving the values that would have been sold?
Every year, they look at what has been sold in the area and adjust accordingly.
So they do kind
That's
of
the-
look and see how well the model is
Very much so.
coming to terms?
Yep.
Okay,
All right, commissioners?
You know where I'm going right now. You already saw it.
How much you want to take off?
Well, they have a $103,000 lot up there, which I'm about ready to say, hey, you guys just need to sell your lots. They'll build up by Highland. It'd be cheap.
yeah,
So, again, you're a little bit higher neighborhood in that area, in that probably the low 80s, 80, 75, 80, somewhere in there. The improvements, I'll tell you right now, when you said, well, I just have a ranch, it's pretty fun. Ranch is actually the most desirable, sought-after piece of property that
Really?
people like. Ranch first, then two-story homes.
well,
Because
I guess that,
everybody who buys it wants flats for either age or children that are too small to be upstairs by themselves.
yeah.
So, you
But
have a
for
ranch.
cost would be cheaper on a ranch, right?
Okay.
Construction?
No.
This discussion needs to go right here now.
Yeah,
So the $121,000 that raised on the improvement, have a discussion. I mean, I just, you know what I mean? I can,
So what did you want on the land?
I'd set your land at 80.
I feel like if you do that, we don't touch the improvements because even subtracting out what he mentioned for his improvements,
Cost tier.
put it about where I thought it should
Okay.
be. So if you take the land value out of 40,000, right, that's about what we're going down,
No, we're only going down 21.
21.
We'll drop to 80 off of 103 on the land.
23.
So if you were thinking, if
I
you
was
were gonna,
thinking around 600,000 is appropriate.
okay.
Is that,
Yep. Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion on parcel RPR PCD S002000, the land value be adjusted to 80,000.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So we just did make an adjustment. Land value is what went from 103,850 to 80,000. I didn't say. We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I get ahead of myself here.
You voted in
Anyway,
your
we
head.
made the adjustment. Like I've said in the past, you have the ability to go further in appeal as well as the assessor's office.
sure. So you basically aren't adjusting for any condition on the house?
A combination of it was, we decided to move it off the land,
Right,
so.
okay.
All right,
Better than
thank
nothing,
you.
but-
Thanks, sir.
Oh, can I ask one quick question?
Okay,
Do valuations ever go down?
Yes.
we should see that in the near future, I would say.
Yeah, the market is
Yep.
definitely going that way.
I'll tell you what, I won't be here next year, but if my house goes up, I'll be in here in the seat that you're sitting in.
Okay. Anyway, thanks.
Thank you.
All right,
Okay.
By the way, I don't know, I know it's probably too late because our realtor was out of town, but I do have the official
you can,
MLS.
talk about it, but we can't accept any more documentation. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, and then your 3 minutes will begin.
My name is Lana Borotas.
I'm Dean Borgeltas.
We live at 785 Alpine Drive.
Okay,
In
your
Chubbuck.
3 minutes begin.
All right, so we were trying to demonstrate, our house is a very unique one. It's over 4,000 square feet, but it's in a neighborhood that has the freeway in the backyard, I-86, and most of the properties have been selling. Nothing's sold in that neighborhood in the last year for over 500,000. The Deer Valley, or the Deer Avenue property at 4414 actually sold, it was listed last year in October at 550 and was on the market for quite a while. And I finally got an offer after they dropped the price to 475, but it actually sold on the MLS for 460, which is 106 per square foot.
Point of clarification, so that was the closing cost.
No, sorry, that's what it sold for,
So,
the MLS.
did they list it as sold, or did they list it as actually closed as? Because a lot of times they'll make concessions, they'll either get, or they got in a bidding war, it went up.
No,
or
it did,
go
it
down?
actually went down 15,000.
Okay, but that's the sell.
Yes, I just didn't
close
have
price.
that
Okay, that's-
official MLS
No, you're
selling
fine.
on that. But I guess my point was, that's one of the closest comparisons that we have that's a ranch style in our neighborhood. But what's great about that property that sold for 460,000 is it's 30% larger than our land, and it doesn't have the freeway in the backyard. It does have a 3-car garage, but it also has an RV parking, which we do not have. And it also has vinyl fencing, which we do not have.
Point of
And,
clarification.
yes.
What's its total square footage?
It was hold on just a second. It was listed on here. It's 4,334 square feet.
And what was its closing date? When did they sell it?
Well, I don't have the official, I thought it was gonna put it on there because I saw that you had asked that, but what my realtor showed me, the MLS didn't have the official closing date, but it was listed in October, and they dropped the price to 475 in December, on December 13th, I believe. And then it got an offer after, or December 3rd was when they lowered it to 575, because they originally listed it for 550.
475.
And then it went down to 475 on December 3rd, and then that's when it got its offer for 460.
Okay.
So it was 12,000 below
Okay.
what it sold,
Okay, thank you.
so. And other properties too in the neighborhood that have actually gone above asking. There was a property just down the street that sold at 130 a square foot the end of last year, according to our realtor. But like I said, he was out of town, so I couldn't get that. And he basically said that comparing our houses with Highland area because of the temple is like comparing two different planets. Those were his words, but
I call it baseballs and golf.
yeah. But anyway, so we were just trying to get fair market value. We weren't aware of the process before. I mean, we didn't look into it, so we figured we would try and dispute that
All right.
property
Questions?
value.
No.
Your 3 minutes begin.
Subject property is a 1-story built in 2005. It has 2,218 on the main, 2,218 in the basement, of which there's 2,000 square feet of finish. And subtracting the land and other improvements, it's coming in at 128 per finished square foot. Comparable cell number 1 is coming in at 168, comparable cell number 2, 134, and comparable cell number 3 is 152. These are pretty close in year built. They're all in Chubbuck, and that is all I got. Thank you.
Questions on what you just said?
I guess I tried to get a copy of what they appraised, but I wasn't sent that, so.
Okay. Commissioners?
So we hear the argument, and we've made this argument in here before about the bigger you get, the price gets cheaper because you have it. The problem that you have on that neighborhood is that's the largest house in the neighborhood by 500 to 600 square feet.
Yeah.
It's a ranch style house. The basements will be added in and other stuff, but I actually, just for curiosity, I'm going back to the last property that we just looked at. I think it's bigger than it on the main floor. And the problem is what she just highlighted with that sales comparable, the one that dropped the value. I don't even know what the condition of it is, but it was on, and I want to clarify this, it was on the same side of the street as yours with the freeway behind you.
No, the other house
The other
is
house
on the
is
other
other side, but
side.
it's
We
still
have
in
the
that-
freeway in our
okay.
backyard.
Okay,
And
that's-
our backyard is 20 feet to
Yep.
the
the parky thing, and
Yeah.
then you have the.
And it's the narrower part of the park, so
Yep.
the
So you're
freeway
right
is
there.
right there.
So what I was saying, I just wanted to look and see.
So we can't really enjoy our backyard because of the noise.
It's, yeah.
And our carpet and our paint are also 17,000, or 17 years old, and they,
Okay.
Well,
Not
no,
that it
no,
matters.
So
Thank you.
they'll play with that, but what I'm saying, yeah, so it's about the same size. So this is where I say is if you're gonna buy a house that's as big as this one on one level, you're gonna look to a different area for that kind of cost, and that's why the appraisers have to keep going to the Highland Hill or to other areas to find a ranch-style property that's that large. And so that's why I say you have something in here that's wonky,
If I may.
or funky, as my daughter would say. Hey, funky, Dad.
As I've liked to do during this entire
There you
2
go.
weeks.
There you go.
They brought up Zillow.
Uh-oh.
And I pulled up the Zillow as of right now, has a market estimate of your home of 537.7, which is consistent with Realtor.com, which is at 552. And I live the next neighborhood over, and so I would disagree with the assessed value of 600. I don't feel like that's appropriate, but somewhere in that 500, I think is more appropriate. And if I look at the time adjusted, based on that sale, it goes to like 595. So I would make a motion somewhere down in that 537.7.
What do you want? Make a motion.
Make a motion that on parcel RPRCK14, or is that an I? I4001000, that we adjust the value to 537,700, with the value coming off of the improvements because the land looks good.
We have a motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So we have made an adjustment, but like I've told everybody else, you have the ability to appeal further, and so does the assessor. But other than that, I'd consider your hearing over.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.